Recording is rolling. It is Thursday, March 19th. So we've done some optics and electromagnetism over the last few days. You guys done reflection, refraction, ray diagrams. Right. So let's last couple of days before spring break, we're gonna do the Zoetrope project. Okay, so you guys have a template. It looks like this. So this is gonna be your Zoetrope template. Right, so you guys see this dash line down the center. At some point, you guys can cut that, and I'll show you guys where this is headed. What is Zoetrope? So, all right. Before I dive into Zoetrope, and so, all right, double check focus, make sure you have everything. And we just started quarter four, so there's only a few assignments there, including Snell's Law Lab from yesterday. Some of you guys turned that in yesterday, but just in case you hadn't, then remind you guys to turn that in. Oh, and guys, of those that you did turn it in, most of you guys were getting everything right, looked all good. Some of you guys look like we're using radians instead of degrees on your calculator, which if you didn't punch in angles in terms of degrees, the numbers came out negative and they didn't really make any sense there. So if you were getting numbers that were completely nonsensical, it's probably because your calculator was in radians. All right. So just check, make sure it's in degrees. All right. So this picture right here, well, set of pictures, got 12 pictures here. Guys, what's this is a really famous set of pictures. Yeah, first ever movie. First ever movie, right? So this guy named Moybridge, he was the photographer here. He actually set up a bunch of different cameras, and they were trying to figure out when a horse is in full stride when it's galloping. Is there any point where all its hooves are off the ground or not? And some people said yes, and some people said no, but the horse was running so fast. And how do you know? Right? What does it look like? So he sets up a series of cameras, and as the horse went by, it tripped up. I read has some kind of electromagnetic signal, like a wire, and then that would trigger the camera, and he got the flash just right because you have to, of course, have really a fast frame rate. Yeah, I was able to capture these. Then let's go to here's the guy, Mortgage, and see here it is in the animated version. Uh, I think you took the pictures before, but after a few years, 1887, they stringed them together to make this animation. Yeah, so that's the world's first movie. It's like 11 frames right there. World's first movie. Okay, consider that. All right, so what is all right. Hey, now around this time, um, I think okay, 1866. All right, all right. This was invented, the Zoetrope. This is what you guys are gonna build. This cylindrical shape. Actually, I have one of these hanging outside my door. It's been there a while, so if you give it a spin, you guys probably see what this is about. Okay. So I'm gonna have you guys draw a series of animation frames, and then when you spin it, if you just look at the animation frames themselves, it just looks like a blur. It makes no sense. Okay. But if you look through these windows here, it'll actually create the animation. All right. We get the one from outdoors here. Here. Right, so here's the one that's been hanging outside my door. Okay, so the final thing what we're looking for. Guys, if you look close here, okay, got these animation frames of this cat running. Ooh, it's a cat running. Okay, okay. And okay, this only works so well on the camera, but yeah, in real life, you'll have to try this. Okay. If you get this to spin right here, it just looks like a blur. But if you look through these windows, yeah, it actually works really well. You can see the cat running. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, yeah, those paces over like today and Fridays, really good pacing here. Okay. Right, so you guys have this template here. Okay. First thing is go ahead and cut along this dash line so you can get the two halves. Okay. So today I'm going to have you guys draw your animation frames and cut the windows out and glue the two panels together. And I'll take a step out the end of class. Okay, and then tomorrow I'll have you guys um, put on the string and create the full Zoetrope. Then I'll take spring break, and then after spring break, we'll do more optics. Okay. All right. And so looks like this. Now I'm going to put the windows on top and have the space for the animation frame on bottom. Okay. And one reason is the windows are going to serve two purposes. One is that you can look through them and create the strobe effect, so you can actually see the animation. Okay. But another reason is that you can hook the string here and hang the string here. I'll show you guys the model again. See the strings going through the windows, so I can hang here. Right, so then when you get the spin, go like that. Gets the spin. Okay. All right. Now you should have a bottle of glue nearby. Get these together. Okay, let's see if this bottle works. Bottle of glue here. Here. Now, this is eventually going to go into a cylinder shape. I don't want to glue the cylinder yet because I still want to cut out the window. Actually, it was probably a good idea to cut out the windows before I glue it together. But just thinking ahead a little bit. Okay. You can see how the spacing between the windows is consistent on the print. Okay. Now that'll have to continue across the seam. Like if I glue them together like this somehow, do you guys see how it's too wide, too wide? And if I glue them like this, see how it's like too skinny? Okay. So, ooh, I bet you guys have a measuring device called a ruler. Ooh. So what is the difference from window to window? Now, on mine, it looks like from center to center, looks what, 3.3 centimeters, I think? Are you guys getting something like that, about 3.3 centimeters? Okay. So make sure that when you eventually glue this, then going across the gap, that spacing is consistent so that your animation will be consistent. But yeah, it's probably, and you may also have to shave off a little bit. So do you guys see how there's a little margin on each side of the paper, the right side and left side. And like this left side margin will cover up a little bit of the grid space over here, which I don't want it to do. So I'm going to go ahead and chop off a little bit on the left side. Okay. Okay. But only on one side. Only on one side. Okay. Like I don't want to chop off the right side also because this is actually a good space to glue the other panel from it. Okay. But maybe this other panel, by the time this comes around, it's eventually going to circle 360 degrees. Well, same problem. Yeah. Here.
Wait, so we have to cut one side?
Yeah, just okay, so yeah, guys, don't shave off both the right and the left. Just pick one side. So I pick the left side. I shave the left side. Right. Reason being, here, let me shave the other one, and then I'll show you guys why. Right, so yeah, I'm only cutting the left side of mine. Okay, just make sure you don't do both. Okay. Because if you don't cut it off at all, then some of your grid space gotta get covered up. Right? And the purpose of the grid, so you can create a consistent animation from frame to frame. Like part of this project is you get to use your imagination. Come up with some design. What do you want to animate? I had a cat running. I've seen in the past balls bouncing or birds flying or people running or doing cartwheels or balloons floating up in the air. So flowers growing. So you get to use your imagination. But going from one frame to the next and say, okay, what do I want fixed in place that's consistent? What do I want to move? Right? If you say like if you have a cat running, they got a big picture printed out here. Okay. Going from frame to frame, right? Got a picture of a cat here. Right? You want some things to be consistent, but maybe his arms move a little bit of time, maybe his legs, maybe his tail, maybe his head moves a little bit of time. Okay. Also, do you guys notice how this is just a silhouette, like it's big and blobby like this? I do recommend for this particular project, here, I have a box of markers in the center of the room. You guys see that box of markers right there? Okay. So whatever you come up with, you want to have really just like a bold silhouette shape. This is a great animation for that. If you have a lot of fine detail and a lot of different colors and really intricate patterns going on, those don't really show up so well on the Zoetrope. Okay. So you just want to pick like one or two, maybe three colors, and then with marker make like a silhouette shape. Okay. But yeah, you guys see how I cut a notch out there? So now this panel is not going to cover up any of my grid. It's not going to cover up any of the picture. Okay. Here's another detail. So this is just how it came out of my printer. It looks like the heights of these, from left to right, are a little bit different. So make sure the center line matches and the grid matches and the windows match. You guys see how it all matches? All right. And since I have all that matching, okay, it turns out the top is pretty close, right? But whoa, what about down here? Do you guys see right down here? There's this extra margin, right? Which means if I eventually get those spinning, it's not the center mass is not going to be right over the geometric center. It's going to be a little lopsided.
Do you have any more of those?
Templates?
Yeah, template.
Oh yeah, right there. Okay, so I'm going to shave off the bottom of this one so that it's consistent from left side to right side.
Should we go?
You can. I would cut out the windows first. Here, let me show you guys cutting out the windows. I think the order I would do this is cut out the windows first. Then, if you want to glue it, you could, and then think about creating the animation. Okay, so all of these windows, got all these windows here. Okay. Okay, so here you can. There's a couple ways to do this. One way is to very carefully push your scissors through, and then cut the outline of this window. Okay, it is a pretty skinny window the way it's printed, so I might even recommend cutting around that outline a little bit. Okay, create a good sized window. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of the optimalities involved here. If the window is too skinny, then it's too hard to see the animation. If it's too big, then maybe it could take away from the strobe effect a bit. Okay, so an optimal size window. Yeah, so I'm gonna recommend cutting around this window a little bit. Uh, yeah, get it as closely lined up as you can. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Huh?
Yeah, and then just.
All right, so there's a couple windows cut. Okay. I can just keep on going down the line and cut out all the windows. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then eventually I'll get all the windows cut. Then I'll glue them together. Right. Then I'm thinking about what do I want animation frame by animation frame. You guys get to use your imagination. All right. So I think that's all I got to explain for now. So I'll close down this video and walk around and help you guys out.